Must be a Monday. See how we roll up? Yeah, it's Greg T Live. Only we're doing it at another location. The summer tour kicks off today, right here, Route 22 in Union, New Jersey. Another Catena Mercedes-Benz dealership. Let's go on in, check this place out. You're gonna love it. Come on. Another gorgeous showroom. What a way to do Greg T Live. Let's go.
Welcome to Greg T Live, episode 21. We are officially kicking off the GTL Catena Tour and are live from the Catena Mercedes-Benz showroom in Union, New Jersey. Today's show is sponsored by CNC Heating and Cooling. We are super excited to start the tour and host our special guest, Eric Legrand. Greg T and Garrett, take it away.
All right, it is another Monday morning, 11 a.m. It's raining right here in New Jersey, so wherever you guys are, if it's not raining, well, good for you. It's Greg T Live on this Monday. It is June the 9th, and I'm Greg T, and this guy here is Garrett. Good morning, Garrett.
Yo, T.
What's up, bruh?
Look at this. Brand new spot. We're on our summer tour.
I like that the tour finally kicked off. This was great. I was talking to the marketing director, Mike Klimczak. I was talking to him prior to the show, and he said, he's like, what do you want to do? You want to change the background? Do we want to get some, a new tablecloth here? And I just said to him straight out, Mike, I'm just happy we could finally do this. Like, I was looking forward to doing this for a long time, I really was.
No, it's beautiful here. We're right on Route 22.
Route 22 in New Jersey.
Union, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Not too far from my house. I love it even more.
That's perfect for you.
Yeah.
Perfect for you. But, when we had this idea to podcast from Catena, one of the things that I said to Jim Buchanan and to Mike and to Doug Wells was, use this platform. Use this for yourselves.
Use me.
No, I did. I said to them, I said, you now have another outlet for advertising to market your dealerships and the cars and things like that. So take advantage of it. And I just think that they wanted to kind of see the way things were going to play out,
yep.
Episode by episode. And that is typical for Catena, for the whole entire, for their business.
For the family.
Yeah, they don't just jump right on into something. They really don't. They take their time, they make sure it's right, and when it's right for them, then they jump on board, And I think that they just said, look, we're willing to let you podcast from our Catena dealership in Edison. Do that for a couple of episodes. This is what I think happened. Do it for a couple of episodes. And I think that they had this marketing meeting that took place about 3 weeks ago. And they probably said, well, what else can we do? And I think somebody then said, why don't we use the podcast? And then that idea came from, let's do a summer tour.
Here we are.
Again, I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm envisioning because of what I know.
Normally, you're like 40% right.
40%? You say I'm 40%. You don't say I'm at least 60, 55? Come on, 55%, 65%.
I'll give you 45%.
45%. Wow, 45%. That's not good at all.
Well, no, because you always go with your gut. Like you thought that meeting where they talked about us traveling around, visiting all the great Catena showrooms that there are in New Jersey. You physically thought you were going to be let go. So that's why I say you can't. You could read the room, but you can't read the room fully. You read half the room.
I'm getting used to being let go. That's what it is. My gut sometimes tells me. When I was canceled. When my morning show was canceled.
Yeah. Preface, because there's a difference between you being canceled and your show being canceled.
So when my morning show was canceled, I actually did have a feeling. I had a feeling leading up to it that something was going wrong for like a couple of weeks.
I was in the car that day.
I said to myself, something's not right. I just don't.
I think
something's wrong here.
We were coming home. We were coming home from Jersey Freeze.
Was that what it was from?
We were coming home from Jersey Freeze. You were on the phone with a few people, and you go, I got this
feel right.
And everybody's like, nah, you're good, man.
No one believed me.
You're good.
And then it
you're
happened.
Being crazy.
Yeah, that's
you're
right.
being typical Greg T.
Well, I don't think anybody really thought that it was really going to happen when it really happened. But anyway, let it be. Anyway,
how was your weekend?
So I just wanted to hop into it. How was my weekend?
Prom weekend.
My weekend was okay. Yeah, so Friday night, Jada went to the prom for the first, for her only time, or once
her
and only
senior
time.
prom, the big prom.
And
did you go to your prom?
I did. My prom date.
Who'd you take?
I took this girl, Sierra. Sierra lives in Tennessee. She works for. Well, she used to work. Excuse me, I'm gonna burp a little bit. I'm sorry.
Go for it.
Oh boy. So my first, when I took her to the prom, she was from, she lives in Tennessee right now. She used to.
You know where your current prom date lives.
Of course, I still talk to her. You don't talk to your prom date?
I couldn't even tell you off the top of my head.
Hold on a minute. First of all, wait, back up. You met your wife in high school.
Right.
You didn't take Allie to the prom?
No.
Oh, but wait. But I thought you dated her, though, in high school.
No.
So,
this goes back to you getting it 40% of the 45%.
So let me get it straight. So you and Allie went to the same high school.
No, different high schools.
How did you meet her
You're
in
not
high
helping
school?
your case.
You met her when you were in high school.
Yeah, in high school.
Gotcha. So you guys were both in the same grade.
Yes.
And then you dated after high school was over, though.
Yep.
Okay. See, I always thought that you guys actually went to high school together. Gotcha. So you don't even know where your prom date is today?
No idea.
You have no clue, zero. Like, you don't know if she lives in New Jersey, New York. You don't know what she does?
You probably have more of an inkling of where my prom date is than I do.
I find that hard to believe. Like, why would nobody want to know where their prom date is today?
But not just that. You know about many of your exes.
I know where they all live. Every single one of my.
A little creepy.
Are you kidding me? You think that's really creepy?
It is a little creepy.
To know where every single one of your ex-girlfriends now live and whether they're married or not and how many kids they have?
Ryan, creepy or not creepy?
Oh, yeah, we're going to talk to. Do we have the cow? God forbid, ladies and gentlemen, we should have the camera that turns around. We can actually talk to the
Ryan,
camera
creepy
guys,
or not creepy?
You know? Please.
Every single ex that he knows exactly where they live.
I had long relationships with every single girlfriend of mine. So, what?
How many exes do you know where they live currently?
I could probably name at least 5 or 6 of them right now. Easy.
That's crazy.
What? I know if they're married, they got kids. I know everything about them. So what? It's not a creepy thing. I like to keep up to date with everything. That's all.
Do you think they keep up to date with you?
How could they not? My whole life I lived in an open book. All you had to do was turn the radio on. You could find me anywhere. I couldn't hide. That's why I was never a good gambler. I couldn't gamble and then not pay my debts because you could always find me no matter what.
Yeah, you're the guy that wasted all your money on the street games outside the casino, not even in the casino.
You know what? Don't even get me started on that day. That's a story for itself right there.
All right, let's talk about prom though. So Jada had her senior prom. Everybody came to your house?
Yeah. No. What we did was Jada had the makeup artist came over and she did her makeup and then she got in her dress and then some of our like family friends and whatnot
right.
and like her own girlfriends came over to say hello, to wish her luck and do all that. And then we had to drive her to the prom house.
Okay. So your house wasn't the house.
No. We were not the prom house. So we drove her to the prom house where there was maybe there had to be I'm going to say like 80 people, maybe 80 to 100 people at the prom house. Very nice home in Freehold, New Jersey, where they all like stood around, took pictures and hung out. We got to meet her prom date's parents, which is really nice. Really beautiful woman. Her date's mom, Jada's date's mom. Jada's date was Ryan, this kid Ryan. Good kid.
Ryan, the one she's been hanging out with?
Hanging out, right. Not dating, just hanging out, just friends. But good kid, really good kid. And his mom's such a super nice lady. And we got a chance to meet her, and everything was great. And then they took off from there. They went to the prom from there, and then they came back to our house like, 11 o'clock, 11:30 at night. I got 8 boys jumping into my pool, like splashing around, having a fun time.
It's finally come back to bite you in the butt, my friend.
And
years and years and years.
What is going on here?
At any point, did they go into the basement and you bang on your kitchen floor just to say quiet down?
No. Well, so we had a limo picking those guys up, right? So the limo was on its way. So while the limo was on their way, the guys were like, hey, let's just jump in the pool. So they all went, like stripped down to their underwear and jumped in the pool.
So a bunch of boys in their underwear.
In the pool, hanging out. That's right. It was really, really such a sight. It was.
Any point did you have the urge to jump in? Because I know you like to be a part of the fun.
I did. I jumped in afterwards. After they were gone, after the limo took them, then I jumped in. I was like, well, hey, listen, if you can't beat them, join them. So I did a couple of laps at around midnight.
About
I was
midnight.
I was swimming in the pool. Yeah. What else was I going to do, you know?
Right.
So anyway, that's how it all went. And then she got back yesterday afternoon from her trip to the Poconos. That's where the big party was. Where was your party? We went down to Point Pleasant. Like, we didn't do anything
I think we
crazy.
just went to the city.
Oh, to the city?
Yeah.
Because I know some people go to Wildwood or you go to Seaside or whatever. So she went to the Poconos.
Right.
And they spent the weekend. And they, of course, kids will be kids, shenanigans. Music was too loud. One of the neighbors came over to say, lower the music, blah, 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 all that crap. But they got back and they had a good time. They really did. Everything was well. Listen, let's not gloss over. Okay? What you're glossing over is, and guys, I want to take a stop down for right now. What Garrett's glossing over is that something happened between Garrett and I, and we got to get into that.
Okay.
So on last Monday after the show, and I really want you guys to message me at Greg T Live on Instagram. Message me, Greg T Live on Instagram, if you feel, whatever, whether I was right, whether I'm wrong, I want to know. But Garrett comes up to me and says, hey, listen, it's him and Allie. It's their anniversary, and you guys wanted to go to dinner at a very special place that is very difficult to get into.
Miss Cal,
right, in Old Bridge, New Jersey.
Brand new.
On 516.
Is that, hey, by the way.
It is.
That's where we had your birthday?
That is.
We were talking about it last night.
So that place used to be what's called the Breakfast Club.
I had deja vu walking in there, like the parking lot. I'm like, I feel like I've been here before.
Yep. So that is an old bar called the Breakfast Club. And then after the Breakfast Club, they turned it into a restaurant called The Bash. And then that didn't do well. So they finally just sold the place. And then now it's the Mexican restaurant called Mezcal.
They made a good business decision.
They did, right? So I've only heard good things about Mezcal. So I wanted to go. Trish wanted to go. So out of nowhere, Garrett, last Monday after our podcast, Garrett says, hey, can you get me into Mezcal? Do you have any ins, right? And I do. I have a little bit of an in. So I happen to know the owner, right? I know him, but I don't know him like very well. But I know him, and he knows me. So I dropped my name. I made a couple of phone calls. And it came to all of a sudden, like Tuesday came, and Tuesday they said, you're going to get in, just hold up till like Wednesday. So Wednesday came, and Wednesday they told me, no problem, 7:15, reservation. I called you, and Garrett tells me he can't go. Now, you had Monday to tell me that you had plans. Tuesday to tell me you had plans. Wednesday, you still didn't tell me. So Wednesday, when I tell you that we got in, now you're going to tell me I can't go.
Well, the plans that came up are one that very sudden.
No,
let's call it sudden death.
Half the plan.
Let's call it sudden death.
The other plan was that you had something to do with your daughter.
In the morning.
Yeah. And you said it's really going to become a lot. We can't go back and forth, blah, blah, blah. So I stuck my neck out there. You had 3 days to break plans. You didn't break plans. And then finally, when I tell you the reservation is set for 7:15, you now tell me you can't go.
Well, yes. The thing with my daughter, that was irrelevant in the case of why we couldn't go. It was a sense of traveling from back and forth and back and forth. It would have ruined the night.
Well, I'll tell you what's about to...
And then on top of that, you go, hey, man, I'm coming along with you.
Well, yeah, because, I couldn't just get you guys in. It was a table for 4. So you didn't tell me you wanted to go with 2 other people. So
I just said it was my wife and I, and then you made it for a reservation for 4.
I assumed that you wanted to go with Trish and I.
Yeah, I assumed I wanted to celebrate my anniversary with you.
You said to me, hey, do you have any pull? Can you get me into this restaurant?
Can you get Allie and I into this restaurant?
Yes, but
for our anniversary. I preface with the anniversary.
I think everybody that was around us, I think they all assumed that you were going to go with Trish and I.
And everybody around us, meaning you and I.
Listen, okay, did you say your exact words were not, do you and Trish want to go to dinner with us? No.
Those words never came out of my mouth.
They didn't.
They came out of your mouth. But after the fact, when you made a reservation for 4.
Well, but you could assume that you wanted to go to dinner with us. We assumed that you wanted to, because even Trish says, do they want to go to dinner with us?
And you said...
I said they do. I'm assuming that they want to go to dinner with us.
After you told me the fact that you made this reservation.
Needless to say, turns out Garrett shows up today to do the podcast after he declined the reservation that I stuck my neck out for.
Right.
And tells me, hey, we went to dinner last night. So you actually went to the restaurant yesterday.
We got a reservation online.
So you went behind my back, pulled your own reservation, and went to dinner.
And you know that reservation.
How low is that?
That wasn't low at all.
Wait a second. You let me stick my head out there for you. Then you decline the reservation. Then behind my back, you then make your own reservation for another day. You screwed me.
And we went for
sure.
We went with 4.
With your 2 kids?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can go to that place on a Sunday with kids. You can go. You can't go there a Saturday night with kids. You can't go there. But that's an embarrassment. I'm embarrassed.
And you know who was there?
Who was there?
Famous actor.
I'm not going to play this game. Let's not do that. The bottom line is
Ice-T was there, sitting right next to us.
Okay, so that's so
and
messed
his wife
up.
Coco.
Really?
Yeah.
So you had dinner. Did you say hello to them?
We gave a head nod. It would have been rude to be like, "Oh, hello, Mr. Ice-T." And
sure. But, okay, so I want you guys right now, you guys just heard the story, so I'd like you to go to Greg T Live. We have to take a break, and then we're going to bring on our guest. But we have to take a break. But I want you to go to Greg T Live, and I want you to message me on Instagram. And I want you to tell me who was right, who was wrong here. Was Garrett wrong to go then behind my back and make his own reservation? Or was I wrong to assume that we were going to dinner together? Was Garrett wrong that he never broke plans till I made those plans?
Stop muddying the water with many questions. There's only one question.
Well, the whole thing is a mess.
It's
really
not a
is.
mess.
Oh my gosh! Listen, you guys be the judge. I really would love to hear your explanation, your reasoning. So go to Greg T Live on Instagram, and I want you to message me.
The octopus was very good.
I've only heard amazing things about mezcal. I've only heard. I've yet to go. I really wanted to go. Trish really wants to go. I got you in. I thought, hey, the 4 of us would all go and celebrate. And since I was your best man at the wedding,
and because
I was the best man, by the way, best man.
Hold on. So because I also said, hey, listen, because of this conflict that I have going on in my family right now. Why don't you and Trish go? Because you already got the reservation. Right. Did you go?
We did not go because we were planning to go with you. That's why.
No, you were planning to go with me.
We were planning to go with you. Why would you not take your best man? You were celebrating your wedding anniversary. You would, if you asked your best man to get you a reservation, you're assuming that you're going to go to dinner with your best man.
So
we're killing this thing.
A boat is sinking.
Okay.
A boat is sinking, and I can only save my kids or you.
All right, listen.
Who am I saving?
You got to say. Well, that's a different situation. I mean, you're dying. That's different. Listen, bottom line is this. Message me right now at Greg T Live on Instagram, all right? I want to hear who's right and who's wrong. Message me on Instagram at Greg T Live. All right, guys, listen, we have to take a break. And when we get back, we're bringing on our guest. Eric Legrand will be with us for the rest of the show right after this. This is Where to Go.
Now, if you don't know, Playa Bowls is the popular chain specializing in acai bowls, smoothies, and other superfruit-based treats. Now, Playa Bowls got started back in 2014 right at the Jersey Shore and has grown all across the U.S. They have bowls like acai, dragon fruit, coconut greens, topped with fresh fruit, granola, little honey, and other healthy ingredients. So as summer approaches, get beach-inspired, health-conscious smoothie bowls over at Playa Bowls in Princeton, South Brunswick, and East Windsor, New Jersey. Playa Bowls, that's where to go.
Where to go?
If you're craving that real Nashville flavor, well, you want to go over to Broadway Chicken in Middletown, New Jersey, where they are serving up the crispiest fried chicken that you've ever tasted, seasoned with that bold, spicy Nashville kick. Dig into saucy wings, juicy sandwiches, and a garden fresh salad as well. Then for dessert, how about a thick, creamy ice cream shake that's going to hit that sweet spot every single time. Whether you're all about that heat or just keeping it classic, there's something for everyone at Broadway Chicken, Route 35 in Middletown, New Jersey. Bringing that Nashville flavor right here to New Jersey with Broadway Chicken. That's where to go.
Where to go?
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, Greg T. And today, I'm going to get a little personal. I'm going to talk to you about something that's about to change in my life. So I'm starting my GLP-1 medication journey with Forward Care. And they're going to help me take back control of my life, my body, and I'm going to do some bike riding. They work with only U.S.-based compound pharmacies. They manufacture everything in the United States. Everything is specifically curated with only U.S.-based compound pharmacies. They manufacture everything in the United States. Everything is specifically curated for you and your plan. And they also pair you with an experienced physician local to you. So Forward Care makes these medications not only super easy to access, but also offers the best prices on the market across the board. So if any of this resonates with you, I encourage you to go to Forward Care's website to learn more and join me on my health journey. And we'll do it together. To save on your GLP-1 medication, Just go to forward.care and enter the code GREG25, and you're going to get 25% off your membership.
Way to go.
All right, so we are back on a Monday morning. It is Greg T Live. We are live from Ray Catena, Mercedes-Benz in Union, New Jersey on Route 22. It is the very first stop of our summer tour, and Garrett and I will be touring all of Ray Catena's showrooms starting today. So every Monday, we'll be at a different location. Now, I was already just told that I could tell you guys that next Monday, we will be in Freehold, New Jersey on Route 9. So that's where the second stop will be, and then so on and so forth, and we'll always have a guest at every single one of our stops.
Now, if I ask you for Jersey Freeze and I say I don't want Jersey Freeze, are you going to be butthurt over that?
Listen, I will, I will make sure. You really stumped me there. Really stumped me there.
You want Jersey Freeze? I want a G-Wagon.
Ladies and gentlemen, here he is from the Legrand Coffee House, from Legrand Whiskey. Of course, you got to believe, number 52, former Rutgers Scarlet Knight, also part of the Rutgers Scarlet Sports Station. It is Eric Legrand. Eric, thank you so much for being here with us today.
What up?
Number 52 in the playbook, number 1 in your hearts, as I like to say.
There you go. I like that.
So what do we think? We think Rutgers will have a good chance of making a bowl game next year?
I definitely believe it. It finally got a quarterback that's coming back. I love Etienne Kelliak, man, is what he's able to do. And honestly, we only lost 2 guys on offense. Our left tackle and our running back. Obviously, left tackle is, one of the most important positions.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to replace Kyle Monangai, but one thing Rutgers does, they produce running backs.
That's true.
So it's always the next guy up at Rutgers. So I'm excited to see what this team can do on offense. They might average 30 points a game. I think they're going to surprise a lot of people.
It's so, it is so weird talking to Eric. Play went down, and he tells him, I feel like I'm listening to it right now on my radio.
Eric, you have no idea. This man right here, just even though he didn't go to Rutgers, he partied there on the weekends.
Please.
He still believes he's a Scarlet Knight at heart.
I'm an alumni.
Yeah, he's an
Jersey,
alumni that
man.
never went.
Jersey,
Well, the
that's
State
what it is.
University. So whether if you went there or not, hey, you're still part of the family.
He had a bunch of grease truck sandwiches, which qualifies him as a Rutgers student.
Yeah, it took you
The original.
quite a few of those down back from high school all the way up to the college days. My God.
Does he cheer
What
for
a
you? Because
staple.
every time I mention the word Rutgers, and I don't know if it happens to you, not just T, but anybody, he starts to cheer constantly, no matter where we are.
You rah rah.
Yeah.
You rah rah. I got that.
Hoorah, hoorah, Rutgers rock.
Yeah, there you go. There
come
you
on
go.
now.
So, Eric, you heard before we came to you, before you came on the show today, Garrett and I were going back and forth, and you heard a little riff right there. So he wanted me to make reservations for him. I make the reservations. Then he cancels on me, and then he's mad that I assumed we were going to go. Who's right, who's wrong in our situation?
So, coming from the guy who always has to give everyone reservations,
I can only imagine.
you're wrong, Gary, because if you cancel on me after I get you a reservation, I'm about to run over some toes because if I had to go out of my way to do something like that, to get, especially if it's a hard reservation,
Right.
then we're going to have somebody. So most of the time when my friends come to me like, "E, can you get me in here?" They
Right.
know they're going because
And this was no
they might not
Applebee's.
get the opportunity, but Gary, he's like,
The
know what?
first time in my
Thank you,
career.
Eric. Thank you.
He's like, don't worry, Greg can take this one on the chin.
Thank
from
you,
me.
bro.
I'll
No,
do it
he
back."
will. You know how many things I've taken on the chin for this man over here?
Please. Now, listen, Eric, one step further. Was I wrong to assume, because he did not say that I want to go to dinner with you and your wife. So, Eric, was I wrong to assume that he wanted to go to dinner with his former best man?
Well, I guess, how was it put at, how was the request initially made?
Here we go.
See?
So,
How was it request? I need to know all the details.
Eric, you
before
play
I
the
jump
role
to
of Greg
conclusions.
T, and I go, hey, T, can you do me a favor? It's our anniversary next weekend. Can you make a reservation for Allie and I to go to this restaurant, Mezcal? Sure.
Well, but I
And
assumed.
then, yes.
Because you knew that, listen, come on, you're coming down to the area that I live, right? So I live nearby, and I know the owner, so I'm going to get you in. Why would you come to my area and not want to go to dinner with my wife and I?
Oh, well, he did say anniversary, so that the anniversary is the one where you got to go. Am I going together, or is this just wifey and I? Because you got to keep the wife happy. So sometimes it might
Point
just wanna
Garrett.
be by just them. That part I would understand because of anniversary. But if you just said I'm coming to dinner down in your area, oh yeah, I'm coming. But
Right.
anniversary, that's a different occasion where I try not to.
All right. Well, listen, straight from Eric Legrand. I'm still waiting for you guys to message me at Greg T Live on Instagram. I want to hear from you guys. Who was right? Who was wrong here? Maybe we both were wrong in a way. Who knows? We're going to find out, and we'll let you guys know.
That's what you want to
next
hear.
week.
That's what you want to hear.
Well, no one wants to be completely wrong.
Anniversary changes the whole thing.
Thank you.
Eric.
It does change the whole thing.
See, he's not listening. You just told him anniversary changes the whole thing.
The way I'm looking, I am listening because the way I'm looking at it
He's
is
hearing what he wants to hear.
no, I was the best man at the wedding, so why would I not be invited to go with you and your wife?
Well, because it's anniversary. That's why.
Oh my God, man! All right, Eric. So listen,
but
man.
he still canceled though, so that was bad.
He did cancel on me.
That was bad.
Say that, dude. You're totally wrong. Well, listen, man. Thank you for making the trip out to Union Route 22. No, you're still in Woodbridge.
Still in Woodbridge and still in that area, so it's not far at all.
I was just saying, so it wasn't all that bad.
20 minutes away, besides seeing somebody getting arrested on the side of the road.
I saw that too, Eric.
What is going on here? So Garrett walks in and goes, dude, somebody's getting arrested outside on Route 22. Is this still happening?
Yeah, we were in traffic. Literally, I'm like, what is going on? Then you see 8 cop cars. I'm like, yeah, that's not good. And then somebody's in
like
handcuffs.
pulled over next to Men's Warehouse.
Yes. Right on to it. I'm like, yeah, that's not good. And then as soon as you get past the cops, then it opens wide up again. So,
but you know what it was? It was like it was the car accident. There was no car accident, but everyone had to slow down to see what was going on the side over there.
Yeah, there was a lot going on. Even when we were about to get on Route 22, there was an accident in front of us. We were stuck behind them, thinking that they had no idea what was going on. And the guy got out the car and said, "Oh yeah, we just got into an accident." I was like, what is happening right now?
It's really just the weather. I mean, the rain. It's a miserable morning here on a Monday morning after a long weekend. People are, not in they're not in the right sense right now, and it's like Smash Derby out there.
Misery Monday.
I like. Hey, we gotta use that. Misery Monday. I like that Misery Monday.
Trademark it quickly, Eric.
Everybody's bad.
Eric, trademark it quickly, Eric.
Yeah. Hey, so tell me a little bit about what's going on. So you got the Believe Foundation. You've got Legrand Coffee House. You've got Legrand Whiskey. I just met up with you last week. We had some of the whiskey.
Oh, yeah.
And some of the whiskey was good. I was good.
I slept good that night. I'll tell you what. I had a little bit more than I thought I was going to have that day.
Isn't that always the case, though? I'm just going to have a little bit.
It starts off like that. So Eric, I did another podcast, The Bro Show, and Eric was the guest. And he came in and he brought a nice bottle of his Legrand whiskey. And you never know really like what it's all going to turn into. But it was like one shot, and then we refilled again. Because I'll tell you, now, for those of you that haven't tried the Legrand whiskey, I know people are going to go, oh, he's just saying it. Like you always tease me. Whenever the guest is here.
Eric, it's a rolling thing, and it's very nice of what Greg T does here. And I'm sure, and I've had your whiskey. It's very good.
There we go. Okay. So
we asked Greg T to rate things out of 10. And Greg T has never gone below a 10 on anything he's ever had.
Well, you know what? You only get one chance to make a first impression with a nice guest. When you have a guest, you want to make sure that the guest knows that,
I respect the kind hospitality for that. As soon as you get off there, though.
Come on, man.
That thing was terrible.
No, not at all. But it's always a 10. Like normally, Dave Portnoy, he's never gone into the 10s.
Nope.
He's always gone 8s and 9s. This guy, 10 out of 10 on everything.
Listen, everybody at home can be their own judge.
Of course.
But when a guest is here, I'm going to be straight out and tell him his whiskey is a 10 out of 10. So I want to tell the guests that are watching us right now that Legrand whiskey, and I drink my good share of whiskey. Like I have, sometimes people have a glass of wine at night, to go to bed or whatever. I do a nice rock glass of whiskey.
Right.
And I have had Eric's whiskey at my house, just without even having to know Eric. I've had his Legrand whiskey, without him saying, "Hey man, T, here's a bottle, check it out." And nothing. I've literally purchased my own whiskey of his, and I have to say, I really enjoy it. And I think I said this to you last week that some celebrities will plaster their name on something,
right,
whether it's a T-shirt or alcohol or food, whatever, and they just do it. And it may not be that good, but they're just trying to sell it. The Legrand whiskey with Eric's name on it, it is hands down a very good whiskey.
Yeah, I don't think you would have went back for that second pour if it wasn't good.
That is a true tell sign with him, by the way.
Yeah, he went back for that second pour. And I do appreciate it because it was a lot of hard work and details that went into finding that juice.
Tell me a little bit about that. Tell the audience what they don't know about whiskey or about how you came about to be a whiskey owner.
So all started during the pandemic, being bored in a house and trying to find a way to stay busy. And I thought to myself on how I've traveled all over the country, and I've had my fair share of cocktails. A lot of times people look at me in their wheelchair drinking cocktails, and they're giving me the double take, like, wait, what's going on?
Am I drunk?
I know, like, is I kind of wheelchair drinking right now? And I'm like, I kind of want to end that stigma that somebody in a wheelchair can enjoy the finer things in life. And I reached out to my now business partner, who's my good friend for over a decade now, Brian Axelrod, and he knows nothing but spirits. So I said, I want to start my own business with the bourbon. And at first, it was just a spirit. We didn't know what category we were going to go into. He goes, yeah, you and everybody else. And so slightly goes, he slept on the idea. He goes, you know what? Your story's genuine. It's real. You have a great foundation that we can get behind and support that. And, you know, let's make this happen. And we landed on bourbon, one, because we both enjoy it. Two, it kind of fits me, that toughness, that grittiness, that Jersey mentality, even though it's coming from Kentucky. And then three, it takes time and patience to make it. It has to be aged at least 2 years. So just like my recovery takes time and patience. So that kind of was sort of like, you know what, it's a home run right here. And then we started getting our friends and family to invest in this company. And we're like, I said to him, I said, we don't have any juice.
Right.
Like, what are we doing right now? And he goes, be patient. I'm like, all right, you tell me to be patient, but I'm trying to sell people on a dream right now with nothing for them to try. And then he goes, don't worry, it will come. And then we got lucky through his connections. We got partnered with some of the, you know, probably the highest upcoming distillery out there right now in Kentucky, Bardstown, where they had some juice coming from Green River, which they own now. And they sent us samples, and we tried it in my coffee shop in the middle of the afternoon. It's like about the afternoon at like 3 o'clock.
You feel a little dirty? Like, what are we doing right now?
We're in the corner of my coffee shop, like looking around, like looking at the customers.
See any cops? No cops?
Like, what's going on over there? And then all of a sudden we take a sip of it. We're like, hold up. I said,
Pretty good.
Let me get another swig of that.
Yeah.
Took it again. I'm like,
it was smooth.
Like, this is nice. And he goes,
it is.
And we purchased 152 barrels of it.
It is so good. Why did you go the bourbon route and not the Scotch route?
Because we wanted to make it American brand. You know, American charred oak barrels is what it's made in. So you can only use those barrels one time.
Got you.
It has to be fresh barrels. And we wanted to be right here in America, right here in Kentucky, a place I can get to. Obviously, we know if I have to go over to like Ireland and things like that, it's a lot harder.
Sure.
So it's already hard enough for me to get to Kentucky, but we figure out ways to do it. So we wanted to make it right here in our home and have a product that's made right here as we're able to have accessibility.
Well, you chose a good one, and I mean it. You know, Garrett, I you know me. I do dabble in my whiskeys. I do enjoy a good bourbon, and I have to say I've had very many, and to put his against some of the, again, I'm going to say, like, you know, bona fide, you know, the real, a lot of them, not, I shouldn't say real, but a lot of bourbons that are out there, it stands up to all of them. It really does. How difficult is it to have yours, and you're brand new at this, you know, to be a rookie at bourbon and go up against the big home run hitters?
It's like freshman year all over again for you?
Literally, I'm trying to learn the ropes here, and I'm relying a lot on my business partner, Brian, because he knows how to do it. He knows how to distinguish what's good and what's bad.
Right.
And when we got it and he tried it and I saw his eyes light up, I'm like, okay, because I'm like, I enjoyed it.
That's right.
But I don't really know what bad bourbon is. He goes, believe me, I've had bad bourbons. And people say there's no bad bourbon. There's only ones that are better.
No, you're
right.
But
no, there's ones I'm sitting there like, oh.
Yeah.
So I'm 3 years into the game and I've tried other stuff and I'm like, our stuff tastes better than
Right.
And it's crazy. We've only been a brand for 2 years, but we were able to purchase bourbon now that's aging and it's getting better. You can taste the difference from the 2.5 year to the 4 year. Now we're coming up on our barrels that we purchased that are going to be 5 years old, and you can see
you're going to get better and better.
Oh my God, we got some cool stuff coming up this summer.
Nice.
And this fall that I can't announce it yet, but
I was just going to say, come on, tell us.
Well, we got some LTO, some limited edition stuff where it's going to be like only a select amount of bottles that we have allocated.
Oh, that's great.
That we're going to sell.
I'm getting excited already. I got a limited edition.
And it's going to be some high proof stuff for our bourbon drinkers. So
nice.
we're excited for that to come out.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes, it's been a fun process learning this whole bourbon world and just all the different categories that you can go within it. Just, you know, what if you have your small batch, you have your single barrel, you have your rise, you know, it's fun. I'm learning it all.
Nice. Now, you did touch upon that you guys were sipping some in your coffee house. So now, I don't know if everybody really knows, but in Woodbridge, New Jersey, Eric has his own, the Eric Legrand coffee house. And I have to tell you, so I had a chance to go over there. When I kicked off the Greg T Media company, and I was doing my Where to Go branch of it,
Where
See, it's catchy.
I love
It
when he
is
does
catchy.
that.
Where to
Where
go?
to go? I
Where to
love
go?
this.
Where to go?
So I called him Eric and I said, hey man, do you mind if I do a where to go at your coffee house? And he was like, great tea, absolutely, let's do it. So I drove over and I went in, and again, another situation where you just don't know. You know, somebody puts their name on a brand or puts their name on something. Is it really going to be that good? And again, you definitely have a strong team around you, Eric. You really do, because even the coffee was top notch, very good. And I noticed that you got some of those cool flavors now. Tell me about what's going on with the Eric Legrand Coffee House.
Yeah, so that another thing. If I put my name on it, I want to make sure my product is good.
Yeah.
And I make sure I spend the money for those quality beans, because you can get lower quality beans and
Right.
where a product is just not as good. And I pay my fair share to make
For the
sure.
good
I think we all
beans.
have
that
at
those
one
good
point in
beans,
life.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
Is
I
that a
wanna-
difficult area to break into as well, breaking into the coffee bean?
Well, yeah, so you have to learn exactly that. So I hired a business advisor out of Portland, Oregon. I remember I was started off with a local roaster at first that was barely able to produce 5 pounds every. It was like 5 pounds every 7 minutes, and that's nothing. Like, you need to be producing
A lot more.
70 pounds plus every 5 minutes for to be
Wow.
in this business. And especially when you're running a coffee shop. And I remember we broke ties with him after the first month because couldn't keep up with our online store orders. And the product was good the way that he was roasting it, but my business advisor is, you can still get good product and good quality beans from other places. And then I got hooked up with a roasting company in Brooklyn who were Rutgers people, of course.
Get out of
And
here.
Rutgers people. And
I didn't know that.
Got to
That's-
go out there to
Oh,
the
that's
facility,
great.
shared roasting, and try their beans. I'm like, hold up. And then I found out that they were sourcing them from the same place I was. I'm like, oh, we're good then. Like, this
that's
is
terrific.
This is perfect. So then obviously we started working with them with the online store, and that led into the brick and mortar Legrand Coffee House in Woodbridge, and we opened up in May 14th of 2022. So we just had our 3-year.
Congratulations.
And tell
What
you
about any
been
ideas
awesome.
for expansion? Are you looking to? Because I always hear like you can make good money having one store, but it's really in the second and the third and the fourth. So is there any plans to extend the Eric Legrand Coffee House?
Yeah, we're at the point now where we are looking for some joint
You are?
ventures. We're not looking to franchise yet. That takes
Okay.
some time and patience with that, but we're looking to do some joint ventures, and I have had people reach out to me about them. So we're exploring some ideas, can't
that's
put
great.
everything out there. But yeah, we're looking to grow this brand, and like you said, and take it from one store to 2 to
Right.
10 to 100. Hopefully one day, that's the plan, to be able to
Knocking
put the
on that
blueprint in.
Starbucks door.
And to believe me, I've learned from all the mistakes I made the first few years, and still do. I've learned a lot, but I don't make the same mistake twice. And that's
Isn't
when
it
I've been able to
funny,
pick
man?
myself
No
up.
matter how many coffee stores are out there, there's always room for more coffee. People
it's
are looking
personal
for-
preference,
but
you
they're
know?
always looking for another good bean, another good cup of coffee. That's what it is. People are chasing after that flavor. They're really after it.
And I'll tell you what, I can't drink them all the time, these sugary drinks. I'll tell you
Right.
what, the customers, they love it.
Love
so
it.
we did a collaboration with Mav's Top Buns.
Oh, get
Yeah,
outta here.
And they've been up to the coffee shop for drops a bunch of times.
Do you know?
and
Do you know
so-
Mavs?
No,
Do you know
I'm
Mavs?
learning about this for
so
the first
Mav's
time.
Top Buns, they got these
Yeah.
same size as that soundboard. Look how big the buns are, but they are delicious. Small business out of Middletown with
Right.
the wife, the husband and wife.
Yep.
They run it with their kids and everything. It's amazing what they're able to do.
Hey, get them a Jersey Freeze collaboration.
You know, well, we could probably pull some
That would be
strings on that
very
one too.
cool.
That'd be great. But you know what? You're right. So for those of us that don't know, check out Mavs. It's Mavs Great was Mavs
No,
Great
Mav's Top Buns.
Top buns. Mavs Top Buns, and out of Middletown, and just like you said,
That used to be your nickname in high school,
And they're
right?
only open. They're only open Fridays and Saturdays and Sunday, or like 2 days a week. And they do.
You know, you make a lot of buns when you're only open 2 or 3 days
they
a
do the
week.
drops on Mondays, and
doing
everyone
well.
does their orders for the weekend, and they pick them up. So
Yeah.
every now and then they'll come to different locations to do the drops.
Oh, that's
They came
cool.
up to the coffee shop, and for that day we said, I'm going to create a Mav's Top Bun latte to go with the buns. And let me tell you, I will never take that drink off the menu. That
That's
is our
great.
number one selling drink
Is it
every
really?
single day.
Oh, that's
Every
awesome.
single day. I'm like, that thing is never leaving the
Man,
menu.
everything
after
that they do is turned to gold. It's real.
that cinnamon bun latte does numbers for us, and people love it. Listen, I can drink it maybe once every few months.
Yeah,
'cause
right.
My stomach busts. I don't people drink that thing every single day.
Let's collaborate something right now. Eric, you know Greg T fairly well. You know his personality. Let's create the Greg T coffee right
the
now.
Greg- it would
I'm
have
already.
to be
I'm
a
thinking.
lot of energy. It'd
I'm
be a
thinking
lot of
4
energy.
espressos minimum
Four
right now.
espresso.
4 espresso. What else are we throwing in there?
Greg T. Yeah, tell me what you want to mix in there.
If somebody's choosing the Greg T, it's got to be, you need a lot of energy built into
4
that
espressos.
coffee.
What else are we throwing there, Eric?
Whipped cream.
Whipped cream,
in there.
okay.
Yeah, and a cherry on top for sure. You got to have a cherry on top. I think that you're set there.
Let's not kill anybody, but okay.
And they're throwing a pickle for a a little sour in there too.
If you wanted your heart to start facing run around all day.
Yeah, have you met him?
Greg T. Exactly.
You want to live like Greg T? Here's what you need to drink.
The sugar and espresso, baby.
I never. People always say, man, Greg T, you got a lot of energy. I'd love to capture that energy. If you had to make a drink, a Greg T drink, you'd have to really put a lot into that to get people
imagine
going.
how many shots of espresso would be in that.
Oh yeah, 4 is being generous. It's more around like 6.
Oh my God!
In the smallest cup possible.
I'm gonna go to the shop and try it, and then I'm gonna be zipping around through Woodbridge if you hear about anything on the
Eric
news.
hasn't slept in 2 weeks. He drank the Greg T espresso once.
It would be good though to have like another collaboration. Like I could see the Jersey Freeze. It's such a Jersey staple with Eric's coffee to collaborate.
All about the collabs.
And we know the same people. We could probably pull something like that together.
People have called me the king of collaborations.
You are.
I've done so many different collaborations, whether it's with the bourbon with Eat Clean, bro. We've done the
that's
bourbon.
right.
I've done so many different
Bourbon
collaborations.
ice cream.
That's what it's all about.
No, it's keeping it in Jersey.
Exactly.
That's great.
I love doing them, and it's always fun bringing the brands together and creating cool things. And let's just say the customers and the fans of ours, they love it. They love to try new things. Like they're always looking for what's next.
Right.
Like what's the new thing that's coming out next. And
so what's next?
well, we're gonna create the Greg T line.
Yeah.
Hey, Greg, why don't we do the Greg T cold brew, Greg T latte? What are we doing?
Cold brew.
Well, listen,
do you drink cold brew?
I do love cold brew. I think cold brew's great. We can bottle it up. I want something where you got to shake it up.
You shake it up and it goes everywhere, just like his personality.
It has to explode.
So just explode everywhere.
Yes.
Okay.
And it makes a mess.
That would be great.
You can get the bill for all the paper towels that week then.
And his head right on the can.
I like
All
that.
right.
Oh, his head right on the lid of the can.
now
So
we're
when you
getting a
open it
little
up, your mouth is where you get the coffee from.
Okay, that's now getting a little crazy now. That's getting a little crazy. All right, guys, listen, we got to take another quick break right here. Again, we are live from Ray Catena, Mercedes-Benz in Union, New Jersey on Route 22. We're kicking off the summer tour. Every single Monday, we're going to be at another location, and next Monday we'll be in Freehold on Route 9. But for today, and again, our guest today is Eric Legrand. I should say the Eric Legrand, because he is the Eric Legrand. Now, when we get back, I want to talk a little bit more about your Believe Foundation and just what you got going on. I want to talk a little bit more about that. But
and we also got to get your review of Lilo and Stitch. This man has never.
I finally saw Lilo and Stitch.
The first one or the new
I
one?
finally saw the basic, the basic,
The cartoon,
the animated
the
version.
animated
Remember
version.
how long ago I saw it. Jeez.
All right, we're gonna get into all that. It's all coming up next, ladies and gentlemen. This is Where to Go. They're the best around, and we're gonna prove it.
Hi, I'm Chris Baker Jr. This is my mom, Carol Baker. Our family-owned CNC Air, Heat, Plumbing, and Electric. We offer to your home full electric services, plumbing, and heating and air conditioning, also for your businesses. And this is Where to Go.
I'm Eddie from CNC. I'm going to bend it up and make a drain pan to sit underneath the unit so water doesn't come through your ceiling.
You just pick it up and say,
Hello, and thank you for choosing CNC Air, Heat, and Plumbing.
Put 2 new boilers in, all new circulator pumps for the radiant heat, mixing valves.
If you need anybody for heating and air conditioning, electric, then you want to hire CNC Heating Air Conditioning. You never know, I may be showing up to your house.
Lunar Audio and Video. They are a full-service audio and video integration company based in northern New Jersey, specializing in both residential and commercial projects. They offer a comprehensive range of services including home automation, video distribution, multi-room audio, lighting, security systems. Now for commercial clients, Lunar Audio and Video provides digital signage, video walls, projectors, and security installations. And then on the residential side of things, they offer their clients home theaters, home audio systems, and advanced security systems as well. LunarAV.com. Lunar Audio and Video. That's where to go.
It's called Stretch Lab. Improve posture, reduce stress, increase range of motion and flexibility at the Stretch Lab, Marlboro, New Jersey. Improve your sports performance or reduce that muscle and joint pain. Stretch Lab's team of highly trained flexologists will give you a deeper stretch than you could ever achieve on your own. Go to StretchLab.com to find your Stretch Lab location near you. Current locations in Westfield, Summit, Shrewsbury, Wall Township, Howell, and Metuchen. Or call the number on your screen for Stretch Lab in Marlboro, New Jersey. Stretch Lab. That's where to go.
Where to go?
All right, and as they say in showbiz, and we're back on this Monday morning, June the 9th. We're in Union, New Jersey at Ray Catena Mercedes-Benz on Route 22. This is the summer tour. Usually we're in Edison on Route 1. Today is day one of our summer tour.
We
Greg
sound
T
better
Live.
here.
You know, there is something different about the acoustics here. Maybe because we're not, close, because like at Ray Catena Edison, it's kind of like we're right there on the highway, I don't know if maybe that has something to do with it. Here they got us put in the back here.
Yeah, they put us in the back.
Yeah,
It's huge. It's a big store.
it is a big store, it really is. It's
Eric's got his eyes on the G-Wagon.
Yep. Somebody got to convert that thing for me.
You know what? I'm sure they can here at Ray Catena.
Yeah, roll in the back of one of those.
that. You know what? Every time we come around, we price some of these things out. I cry a little, and I go, yeah. It would be nice to be rich. It would be nice.
He would never win the car on the game show, Eric. We always play name the price, and he is off by a lot.
Really?
Well, let's do it. Let's show Eric
Well,
what we
we
mean. And we'll
need
get
an
Eric
answer.
in-
We need
All
an
right, let's
All right, so which car do you want to choose? Want to choose
Well, we
right
need
in front
to
of us?
find.
Tell me what class it is, and I'll tell you what. How much.
Ryan, can you tell us about this car right here? Don't tell us the price.
It
All
should
right?
be in the window. It should be in the window.
So guys. Oh, don't tell him.
Oh,
that.
you did, you son of a bitch! You bitch!
Why would
You
you tell him
such
that?
a cheater!
He tried to cheat.
He's a cheater.
He picked that exact on the 1,700 cars and
Eric, let's take a second. Look, he looked around the showroom like, oh, I'm going to pick any of these cars. Oh, let's go with this
Yeah,
one.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you do that,
what
man?
What kind of car is it? GLE.
GLE, come on over. So everybody can see you. But don't tell Eric.
Fully loaded. I see
Don't
that.
tell Eric. Don't tell.
I see it got the nice brakes on it.
All right, so go ahead.
I'm gonna go with.
Well, they have to guess the price.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see how close they come.
I'm gonna go with that one. Yeah, that's up there. So that's I was gonna say at least 85.
85. All right, I'm just going to go Price is Right style just for the fun of it. I'm going to go $1.
No, $1. Well, hey, give me that car for $1. We out.
138.
138.
Okay, so that's the kind of thing. That's the kind of game we play.
You know what?
Yep. So that is $138,000 for that car right there. That is.
I know. I see my friends in the back when I said 80. They're all like thumbs up higher, like a high.
They're like, sure, yeah.
That is the 2025 AMG GLE 63.
AMG. You gotta add all that stuff.
Look,
That
the
brings
man
the
was
price
about
up.
to cheat you out of the game. You think he's going to tell you?
Ryan, pick out any car. All right, and grab another ticket out of any car.
Right, go
And we'll
right in
see
front
what
of it.
is.
Just go right in front of it.
Yeah, any car. Which one? There's a lot here in the showroom. At
Just
Ray
take your
Catena.
time. We're only live.
But he loves to. Garrett loves to do this, Eric. He loves to do this right on the fly. Guess how much this car costs. All right, here we go. What? Just
Read it
out loud.
Read
You
the whole
got to
thing.
tell us what kind of car it is. Come on up here. What is it? All right, Ryan. Yeah, really, take your time.
Seriously,
honestly.
we're not live or
All right,
anything.
what is he
Don't
doing
worry
here?
about
What's
it.
he doing? What's he doing? All right, wait again.
All right, T does not know this one.
I don't know this one. Go ahead.
2024 E450 4MATIC all-terrain.
75.
75. All right, Garrett.
70.
70. Give it to me one more time.
2024 E450 4MATIC all-terrain.
2024.
2024 it is.
What do you got, T?
So, okay, wait, all right. So
75, 70.
Eric says 75, 70. It's a 2024. No, I'm going to go with 92,000 and change. I'm going, and I have no idea. I'm going to go 92,000 and change.
Ryan?
All right, regular price, Ryan?
Did you look? It's 92,690.
Oh, how good am I? 92,690. Come on now.
That was very
That was some
exact.
shit.
The man has never gotten the right answer.
I can see through the paper.
We've been doing this for almost
The
4
paper's right.
months.
The paper's right at his eye as he brings the microphone over
All
here.
right, tell you what, Ryan.
The camera might even saw it.
Ryan, listen, please find us another one. In the meantime, while you find us another one, I want to talk to Eric about what's going on with his charity. He's got a golf outing coming up. So, yeah, Ryan, go deep, go far, somewhere where I haven't been. What are you up to now? So, now I called it the Believe Foundation, but that is not what we're focused in on, right?
Yeah, we're focusing on Team Legrand of the Christopher and Dana Reed Foundation. So we had
Great charity.
Inception
Amazing.
in the fall of 2013. So we're coming up on 12 years. I'm proud
12
to say
years.
that we raised over $3 million for spinal cord injury research in that time. And
Wow.
I'm having my inaugural golf outing at Metuchen Country Club on July 14th.
Okay.
It's going to be a great time. We only have like 5 or 6 foursomes left to fill.
All right,
which is going to be awesome.
Let's tell them again. So there is an Eric Legrand golf outing, and it is July 14th.
14th at Metuchen Country Club.
In Metuchen, New Jersey, the Metuchen Country Club. And they have enough for 5 more spots are available. 5 spots. So that should be easy enough for you guys, our group here. I mean, really, if we can't sell a car, maybe
at least we can do is sell a foursome.
It's gonna be awesome. We got some great guests coming out. We're gonna have a great golf outing. Yeah, obviously, you know the bourbon will be flowing.
Oh,
the
nice.
coffee will be going in the morning.
Yes.
Got some great I'm honest, I can't wait for that day. It's going to be truly fun, and all the hard work that's been put into it between my foundation, the country club, our board members. It's going to be an awesome day. I'm just going to be going around pretty much just talking shit.
Yeah, right. I love it.
So go to ChristopherReeve.org/events, and you can find it there.
Okay, that's great. One more time. What's it? Go to
ChristopherReeve.org/events, and you'll see the Team Legrand Golf Classic.
And that's great, man. Listen, nothing slows you down, man. You're out there. You're everywhere. You're doing all kinds of things. It's fantastic. Anything else that you can tell us about that's going on? Tell us. Give us.
So we're going to have it with Rutgers, and we're doing it on game day. So Rutgers has a big tailgate section where they call the Rutgers Boardwalk.
Yeah, that I know about.
Up to the game, yes. And you walk down the boardwalk, there's a bunch of
That's
rides.
new, right?
Yeah, it's been there for about 3-4 years now.
Okay, so right.
It's rides, it's food trucks, it's games that, like you would have on the boardwalk. It's like bringing a boardwalk to Rutgers University.
And basically everything, like now that boardwalk, that's open prior to all the games, correct?
To every home game, that boardwalk is open.
Okay.
And last year we did my walk to believe down the boardwalk where we marched down in unison.
Nice.
Together, everyone's clapping and cheering for us on the side. We get to the end, and then you see the football team coming, and then we have a big tailgate after. Oh, man.
Oh, that's awesome.
That was a rough next day. I'll tell you what. So this year we're doing it on September 6th. It's my 15-year anniversary of a walk to believe. It'll be my 31st birthday party. So it's going to be a fun, special event. So we're definitely encouraging everyone to come out. Rutgers is playing Miami, Ohio that day.
Yeah.
So it should be a great game. 3:30 kickoff, which we love. The 12 p.m. ones are the rough ones.
Listen to this. Yeah, I didn't know this. So Eric told me about this last week. We were chit-chatting about Rutgers. So next year, all of their games, not one game is in the 12 o'clock hour.
Not right now. Not up to November. All the home games are either at 3:30 or later.
Yeah, look at
6
that.
o'clock. There's
Do you guys play on a flex schedule at all or no?
So they have the Friday games. So that has to also go with the times.
Yeah.
But right now, they release majority of the times all the way up to November.
And they don't have an easy schedule this year.
Of course. I mean, you're playing the Big Ten. It's never really easy.
I don't think it'll ever be easy.
Exactly. You get the Ohio State, you get the Michigan, you get the Penn State, Oregon. And I got to look again. Do we have LSU this year? I think we do. Got to look at it. But either way, you're going to be in the gauntlet. That's what you want to be in.
Right. Now, what do you think the record's got to be to make a bowl game this year?
You got to be, obviously, you got to get the 6 wins. But I think we're going to shock people at least get to 8.
Yeah, wow, you think 8? You heard it here first, right there. Eric is calling them out, saying the Scarlet Knights get 8 wins this year.
Coach Shiano hears this. Why not 12?
My bad. Why not perfect?
I got to put my analyst hat on for a second, Coach. I'm sorry.
Where do you think the upset is going to be? Is it going to be a Penn State? Is it going to be the Ohio State?
I've been waiting for one day.
Man.
They had a chance versus Ohio State 2 years ago when they were up 9-6 at half. When they could have scored 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Going into half, but Ohio State's defense stepped up, and then they came out of half, drove all the way down the field, and then they threw a pick 6, and I was like, damn. Right when he threw the pick 6 to make it 13-9, that was it. But that was Ohio State was number 1 in the country at that time.
Man,
that was the year to do it. But honestly, now with a quarterback and offense coming back this year,
that's right.
Now this could be the year where you could beat a Penn State, you could beat a Michigan, you could beat Ohio
And you know what?
State.
And earlier you did say something, and you're right that Rutgers seems to turn out really good running backs. Yeah, you're right, and you're right. Even last year, same thing, and he was drafted, and the year before that. I mean, so now this year, who is the new running back for Rutgers this year?
You got guys in the name by the name of Antoine Raymond. They also just got a transfer from Florida State, who I heard is going to be making some noise.
Really?
So, literally, that running back room has always been the strongest room. Year after year, obviously coming off of Isaiah Pacheco, Super Bowl champion with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
Then you pass the torch to Kaba Nungai.
Right.
He did his thing for the past 3 years, and now he's with the Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
Now it's Antoine Raymond. He was stepping in for Kaba Nungai last year, and he had a great bowl game.
Right.
So now you look for, is he going to be the next guy that's going to take the leap, or is that Florida State transfer going to come in here and he's going to make some noise? Either way.
Talking Rutgers sports with Eric Legrand.
That's the one position I will never, ever worry about at Rutgers.
I love it. I'm telling you, I'm listening to you talk Rutgers. I swear, like I can't get it out of my mind. I'm like, you have such a distinct voice, and I'm like, I'm in my car right now, and it's been a beautiful Saturday, and I'm listening to Eric calling the game. I love it.
That is a Rutgers
first down.
That's the other thing I hear constantly.
Touchdown. Go RU.
I love when he does that. All right, Ryan is back. Ryan, you got a ticket for us? Let's play the game again. Here we go. So we have to try to guess who can come closer to the price of this vehicle that is sold right here.
Stand back a little bit.
Yeah, keep it away from cheating eyes over there.
All right, so he has it on the screen. All right, so he's got it on the screen. So this is the car. All right, that's what they show Eric. Okay, so he's got it.
Nice.
All right, now remember, you're not going to show me the price, but you're going to tell me a little bit about it. Here we go.
I left out AMG on the first one. So 2025 AMG SL63 SE Performance.
Jeez, that's got to be one S class, so it's up there. I'm gonna go one. It's not the G-Wagon, so I'm gonna say 115.
115. All right.
135.
135. Hold on. Can you say it again?
Actually, it might be around that one.
The AMG 2000.
The Legrand Foundation.
You know what Ohio's all about? The Ohio State.
The Legrand Foundation.
You know what Ohio's all about? The Ohio State.
So that car is 200,000.
Wait, but Ohio and I think Ohio were in the MAC championship last year, so they both were in it. So
there you go.
Get out of here.
Hold on. Let me see this ticket. Let me see. There you go.
Get out of here.
Hold on, let me see this ticket. Let me see. Hold
what
on.
do you need to see the ticket? You know how much it goes? What do you need to see the ticket? You know how much it goes?
I can't believe it. $200,000 for this vehicle. Dude, what is it like, guys? What is it like to be that rich?
They better give me a massage while I'm driving.
What is it like to be that rich?
They better give me a massage while I'm driving.
That'd be great. The 2025 AMG SL 63S. What does it stand for? What does 63S even stand for? E-Performance. What is it? Does anybody even know?
Joey, what does a 63S stand for?
What does it mean? It's an AMG?
You know what I learned? The three of us are never going to be selling any Ray Catena cars anytime soon.
Wait, no, was it engine?
Any Ray Catena cars anytime soon.
Wait, no, was it engine?
I'm trying to get my education right. Oh,
he knows. Look at this. He knows a lot about these cars. Wow. I can't get, and there it is. There's the sticker price, $218,895.
I love how you're looking at the price as if it's going to come down by you staring at it so much.
I mean, what's it like? What's it like?
I'm telling you, I would burn rubber.
What's it like? What's it like? Unreal. What's it like? Oh, my God.
I think you guys can handcraft the engine on my chair.
Thank you. Yo,
I think we know a guy.
I'm going to say, how about we guess my chair price now? What do you think my chair price is?
Pimp out the chair. Pimp out the chair.
Greg, what do you think my chair price is?
Pimp out the chair. Pimp out the chair.
Greg, what do you think my chair price is? What do you think this chair is?
You know what? Let's do that. The chair, that's a very expensive chair. I'm going to say the chair's probably up there around $100,000. I don't know how much a chair. I would say it's got to be at least $100,000 for the chair.
150.
Not that much. It's a 45.
There you go.
45,000.
So I was at 100,000.
I don't know if
That's only half the car.
I'm about
here.
to say, can I get a car in here for 45?
I don't think.
It's a C-Class.
You can get a trunk.
Is there a car for $45,000? Listen, guys.
There is.
Listen, I think we had a lot of fun here, and Eric, honestly, thank you so much for being a part of today's podcast, for sure.
I appreciate you guys having me on always, man.
Like, I don't know if you realize how I really thoroughly enjoyed having you here today. Like, it was a big deal to me. I was excited to have you, man, and just all the best of things. I wish you all the best with 100% sincerity.
It's all about good conversations, having fun. It's like I'm just hanging out with the bros talking junk.
That's right.
About to put on some Manny Fresh. I got my quarter ticket gas and my new E-Class.
But you know what, Eric? I think T needed to hear this, too. As an entrepreneur, T has dove headfirst into being an entrepreneur.
Well, I have no choice.
Over the past year. So to hear your success showing that between hard work, the ups and downs, it is doable, because more times than none, he thinks that it's not doable at times, and then he proves himself wrong down the road, but still.
Absolutely.
You know, that's probably, he's probably right. You know, maybe you can possibly shed some light and give me some advice, because, you know, I do, and he's right. I always think there's always more negatives than positives. It's hard for me to see the positive spin on things. I'm always like, you know, that wah, wah, wah kind of person.
No, absolutely. I've been running a business since, you get knocked down so many times, and
you do.
And you're like, oh my God, do I have enough money to bank for the payroll?
Damn
and
straight.
I pay this bill this week.
Right.
How often I gotta wait to pay the rent? That would like all
That's
these
right.
things creep through your mind, and just like how it's gonna happen. Then all of a sudden you get a big weekend of great sales. You're like, wow, like that was awesome, right? And it always comes at the right time.
You're so right.
So yes, you get knocked down more than you do get to have the ups, but those ups when they come, it makes you appreciate it that much more. And there's always things, like I said, people will support you, people won't. And then all of a sudden you see the most random person will come out there and go above and beyond for you. It just brings you back to reality. Like, you know what? You have a lot of hope in humanity, and there's some good people out there.
All right, so he's going to call you around 2 a.m.
man.
All right, 2.
I usually go to bed at 1:30, so
Thanks, bro.
Just as you go to bed.
I'm out.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Thanks. And
stay
Eric's
positive, my
he's
man.
really good about it. Every time I text him, he's always texting back, whatever. He's always a good guy to talk to. He really is.
Hey, are we
I
wrapping
appreciate
up
that.
here or no?
What?
Are we wrapping
We
up?
got to come back and wrap up.
Well, let Eric hang out because I want him to hear your review of Lilo and Stitch.
I was trying to save him from this. That's what I was trying to do. I didn't want him to be a part of that.
I think he would like to hear the
It's
the
so
harsh-
embarrassing. I'm going to talk to him, and I'm going to talk about Lilo and Stitch in front of Eric Legrand.
Yes.
I mean, because that's so embarrassing. That is so humiliating.
You're telling me out of everything you've done, this is the most embarrassing thing you've done in your career.
Well, Lilo and Stitch aren't here, so they don't get a 10, I'm guessing.
Dude,
No.
That's funny. That's very funny, actually. But no,
He gets it.
Come on, man. I mean, dude, I'm trying to be the bro in front of Eric Legrand. I want Eric Legrand. I don't want him to be here while I'm talking about. Well, I watched Lilo and Stitch last night with my family.
No judgment over here. Come on now.
See?
No
I'm trying to be a
This is
cool
him trying to
guy.
get out of it now.
I want to be cool with Eric
We're
Legrand.
going to come
I don't
back and we're going to get your review of Lilo and Stitch.
Oh my God! Yeah, please spare him. Come on.
He wants to hear it.
I want to hear it.
Oh God! All right. Well, then I guess this is how we are going to, finish out. We're going to talk about Lilo and Stitch, and then we'll all kind of exit this this thing here.
Talk about some classic Disney movies.
Oh wait, don't we have another stop? Do we have to stop down again, right? All right, so we'll close this out. We do have to take another break, and then we'll come back and just say goodbye.
Right.
All right, so that's what we'll do. So,
Yeah.
all right, as you can watch us planning the show on the fly as we're live right now. As people are watching us, we're just sitting here planning the show right in front of you, right in your own living room. But okay, so switching gears. If you want to talk about Lilo and Stitch, that was my homework assignment. Tell Eric why it was my homework assignment.
Well, Eric, have you
clue him in on what's going
gotten
on.
to see the
I
live
haven't
action?
I haven't seen the new one.
The live
saw
action,
I saw the old one way back.
Okay.
When it first came out.
Pretty much the same story. This man to my left, if you're on your screen to your right, Greg T. He last week said, "Lilo and Stitch, I don't get them. They're ugly."
Right.
They're ugly.
He never saw the movie. He was just casting judgment based off of the name alone. So I said, you know what? As a dad, as a family person, watch Lilo and Stitch. Understand Ohana and come back and say. So he has his review based off of the movie, not the live action that is out in theaters now. And we're going to hear what he thinks of a beloved Disney movie that has grossed millions and millions of dollars and millions of hearts and tears.
What I will tell you is this.
No, don't say
It's
it yet.
fed families.
It's brought families together.
You guys
Ohana, for God's sake.
Okay, so I learned about what this whole thing is all about, okay? How family sticks together.
Ohana.
That no matter what, you don't leave family aside.
No one gets left behind.
No one that's
You
it.
didn't
No-
pay attention at
I
the
did.
movie.
No one gets left behind. Okay, I got that part. But the thing is, the whole entire storyline is so like.
Are we doing this now or are we doing this after?
I'm doing it right now because you're talking about this little girl who lost her parents and she lives in Hawaii with her sister. But then all of a sudden there's this alien life force or whatever. This alien comes to Earth in this, and by the way, not even a cute looking alien. Like Stitch is really like an ugly looking alien. Like I don't find him attractive at all.
By the way, Stitch is you. You are Stitch.
There's a face only a mother could love. Okay?
That's right. That's right.
Exactly what everyone tells him.
Stitch is literally only has a face that only a mother can love. So and here's the thing what's so annoying about Lilo and Stitch, the two of them are always getting into trouble. They're never listening. They're always out of control.
This is your life.
What do you expect from a girl that lost both her parents?
A 6-year-old.
And then you got an alien that comes in. Oh yeah, that thing's gonna be
an outcast alien that's trying to find his way.
Oh my God. So that is the story, all right? So I sat there and I watched it. Now I have 2 daughters, and Ella is the youngest. And Ella, she likes it a lot. So I don't know why. I'm not buying into it. I don't enjoy it, all right? I get it. I get the premise. It was the whole alien aspect. Like,
it's a movie.
No, this alien, this ugly looking alien comes down from wherever, lands on Earth.
He was outcasted by his other alien friends.
Which, by the way, all the other aliens also ugly. Like, not one attractive alien. Not one alien.
What makes an alien?
I'm about to say we're watching the Avatar or something.
Yeah, what makes you? Are you more into Avatar than you are Lilo and Stitch?
The Men in Black aliens.
I know. What I'm trying to say is there was not
Describe
one,
your perfect alien then.
I don't even know what my perfect alien would be. I'm just saying that you can make a cute character. This was not. Whoever
Greg T likes those Avatar eyes.
Yeah. Whoever drew up Stitch just like kind of missed the mark on it. It's not a very attractive character. I just don't think it is. So I don't like the way the character looks, for one, and then B, I just got very angry. They're always in trouble.
You got angry at a Disney movie.
They're always in trouble.
Why did you get angry at a Disney movie?
They don't damn listen.
They don't listen.
The sister always tries to keep them in line, and they're always in trouble. She's in trouble. The alien's in trouble constantly. So as a parent, I have 2 kids. They're always in trouble.
You put a mullet and give Stitch a skateboard. That is you growing up.
Listen, on a scale of 1 to 10, all right, here's my rating. I get the whole. I know how it ends. It ends on a very happy note, which is great. I like that it ends on a happy note, but I didn't love it. I'm going to say, man, honestly, for all these Disney movies, it's like a low 7 for me. I think it's like a 7.1. I mean, I'm going to give it.
Not bad.
I could give it even a 6, but I won't. I don't want to get everybody crazy here.
Give it a 6.
No.
You want to give it a 6.
Say, as soon as you go if you start going that low, you're going to get in trouble.
See, that's why I think he's right. If I was to go like 6.8, 6.9, I'd be in trouble. So I'm going to say the 7.
So what's your all-time favorite Disney movie that doesn't have ugly characters?
Well, I mean,
terrible
listen,
ending.
I mean, Lion King is great.
Lion King is ours, so
right. I love Lion King. I liked what else? There's so many Disney. I can't think off the top of my head right now.
There's a lot of Disney,
but I like them all.
But yet, Eric, if Stitch were to walk into this room, there is 3 people sitting at this table right now. I can guarantee one of us would be crying because the man cries at the sight of any Disney character that walks into a room.
Listen, I think Lilo is really cute. I think the girl, she's cute. I get it. She's fun, but she gets into a lot of trouble.
Like you.
How do I get in trouble?
Did you not grow up like that?
I grew up getting into trouble, yeah. But all right, on that note, guys, I'm giving it a 7.1. That's the highest I can go on this thing. I am not a fan of Lilo and Stitch.
So Lilo and Stitch need a whooping. That's what you're saying?
Whooping, man.
Would you spank Stitch?
Oh,
would you spank Stitch?
I would never lay a hand on these kids. Never.
No, Stitch.
On Stitch, I'm be like upside the head. Get out of here, Stitch.
It's because he's an alien.
He's an alien. What do I care? He's an alien.
And I'll eat you.
All right, enough. So that was my homework assignment. That was it. All right, listen, you guys learned a lot today in today's podcast. This has been Greg T Live. We do have to take one more stop down to thank our sponsors. And when we get back, we're going to say goodbye and be done with today's show. It definitely, the wheels came off for some reason.
We're all over the place.
We are. Now we are. We're headed in the right direction, but now we're all over the place. So on that note, let's take another stop down. We'll be right back. This is Where to Go. Eat Clean Bro. They deliver fresh, healthy, chef-prepared meals right to your door. So whether you're into bodybuilding or weight loss or just trying to eat better without the hassle of cooking, Eat Clean Bro has got a ton of options for you. Gluten-free options, high-protein options, chicken parm with sweet potato mash, buffalo chicken, mac and cheese, turkey meatballs and pasta, teriyaki salmon with jasmine rice, and Eat Clean Bro delivers within 24 hours in New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania area. So if you're looking to try it out or you want help picking some meals that match your goals, head over to eatcleanbro.com right now. Eat Clean Bro. That's where to go.
Where to go.
I want you to indulge in some pure wellness and discover the ultimate relaxation at Billy Bosa Massages in Parlin, New Jersey. Over at Billy Bosa Massages, they offer cryotherapy, red light therapy, body sculpting, laser lipo, and cryo slim. And you can experience this all with the luxurious wellness experience at the exclusive private upscale setting at Billy Bosa Massages. So book today, BillyBosaMassages.com, or check them out on Instagram, Billy_Bosa, BOSSA 06. That's where to go.
Where to go.
As
Asbury Park Distilling Company. You've got to check this place out. Located right on Lake Avenue in the heart of Asbury Park, New Jersey. This isn't just a bar. It's a one-of-a-kind tasting experience. Their bartenders are masters of their craft. Elevate your night out with everybody at Asbury Park Distilling Company. It's Asbury Park's first and only distillery. They distill gin, bourbon, whiskey, vodka, and more. All made in-house from scratch. Asbury Park Distilling Company, where the spirit never dies. That's where to go.
Where to go?
All right, guys, and again, we are back. This is our very first stop on the tour, the Greg T Live podcast tour. We're going to be doing it all summer long. Every single Monday, we'll be at another location. Today, we're in Union on Route 22 at Ray Catena Mercedes-Benz. Next week, we will be on Route 9 in Freehold at Mercedes as well. Yeah, we're going to be I didn't know if they have Lexus over there and Mercedes-Benz and Freehold. All right, so there you go. I'm just talking to the marketing director here, and
let's ask. Hey, Mike, how many cars have we sold in the last 4 months?
Why do you?
We're working on it. All right, we're getting there. We're getting to one.
You know, this is the problem we're having here, Eric, is that, Garrett likes to throw us under the bus. Like, can we let's stay focused here. Let's not focus on...
Let's start using your connections.
I mean, come on.
Shoreline Construction, you got to come by some.
What was that?
I almost had him.
That's exactly what we're doing, right. So what we're trying to do is we would like one person that actually listens to the podcast to purchase a vehicle. We're not giving it away like other podcasts would give them away. We want you to actually come in and buy it.
There was that one time someone came in there, I'm here for the car, and we're like, okay. And
we want somebody to come in and purchase a vehicle and go, I am buying a vehicle because I listen to the Greg T Live podcast. That's why I'm purchasing it. So that's what we're looking for somebody.
So if you know anyone, Eric.
They know where to go.
They gotta know where to go. We'll take anybody that would like to purchase a vehicle from Ray Catena. We want you to walk in, buy the car, but we want you to say, we're doing it because we listen to Greg T Live, the podcast.
Joey, we're going to tell our jeweler, Gabriel.
Anybody.
Yeah, Gabriel, come on.
Gabe has bought 17 cars from here already.
That's all he has to do is just say, I heard because of the podcast.
Number 18,
next time we'll tell him.
Yeah, tell him.
Please. That's all. That's the big, again, there are some great podcasts.
Gabe the jeweler.
We're trying. Listen, Eric, I got to save face because, they do all this stuff. They hooked up all this, they got everything prepared for us. They're planning out the tour. The least I could do is sell one measly car for them.
One.
I mean, just one car.
Well, the problem is when he sees the sticker price, like we had one guy looking at a G-Wagon a few weeks ago.
True story.
Guy's looking at a G-Wagon.
It was $190-something thousand.
Greg T goes, 190? Why would you spend your money on that?
Dude.
Well, then.
It's just, I can't.
He's not a good salesman.
Okay, Eric, what it is that no matter what, I come from humble background, okay. And I've never been raised to have that kind of lucrative amount of money. And I know there's athletes out there. I know there's very rich people. I'm not blind to it. I get, and to each his own. I just would like to know what it would be like for a day to be able to come in and just go, you know what? I want that car right there. It's $200,000. I'll take that one.
Well, the first thing you don't say is, why would you spend your money on that?
So it didn't go well. We were on the bridge. Like, the guy was there. He was with his dad. He was looking at the G-Wagon.
All right. He was there with his dad.
You got to work on those sales skills. You're like, this is going to be a perfect car. You can pass this down for generation and generation. Yes. So the first time, remember, you bought this G-Wagon with your son?
That's the way to do it.
Come on, man.
That's the way to do it.
See, he's got the face, and then he goes, why would you use your money on that?
I can't close it out. I can't close out the deal. I don't know.
You got to be a good closer. Eric, teach him how to be a closer.
I know you got to be a closer on that one, on that one, you could have had him, too. Father-son duo?
Yeah, it was a father-son. It was father-son.
I know.
Did they end up buying it? Do you know what I'm talking about? Okay,
I don't think they did because they walked out that day.
No, but we don't know if they came back to buy it.
They might have come back.
They might have come back. It was a G-Wagon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to put the pressure on it with the father-son duo.
Oh, my God,
Like I said, you got to make it family generational type of thing.
That's it. Right. Yeah. Dude, you know what? A Mercedes
Legacy.
is like a Rolex.
You got a customer for years. Exactly.
Right. That's what it is. It's a Rolex. It's the Yankees.
Don't even get me started with the Rolex because that's when they try to get me too, and then
right.
Bit the bullet.
You know, I'm sure, Eric. I'm sure there's a lot of companies that probably try to get you on. I'm sure there's a lot of them that are knocking on your door constantly.
I've had a few that reach out to actually just, if I send you this, can you put it up there? But it all depends on who. I got to still save face. I'm not just going to be putting anything up there just because.
And again, I would assume that you have to surround yourself with a really good team that can direct you in the right way. You know, that can say yay or nay.
I've learned to say no. Because in the beginning of my injury, let's say the first 5-6 years of my injury, Yes.
You're
And
saying yes to
everyone's like,
everything.
oh, you got to kind of now. I don't mind saying no.
Right.
Now I'm just like, if I don't, hey, too busy right now. No. Or
It's
no.
a very powerful word.
No.
I'm not
Can't
good
do
at
it.
it. I'm not good at it.
Hey, you'll learn.
All right. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to close things out. On behalf of myself, Greg T, and Garrett, and the Eric Legrand, I say thank you guys so much for being a part of today's show. Eric, honestly, I can't say enough. Thank you so much for being a part of it.
I appreciate it. And all you out there, make sure you drink my coffee in the morning, drink my bourbon at night.
That's right.
And if you'd like to come on the links, we'll really have a good time that day on July 14th.
One more time, where can they find about the information about the golf outing?
ChristopherReeve.org/events. You'll find all the information about the golf outing. Our walk, that's going to be a birthday celebration for 35th birthday of our 15 years of a walk to believe, and we'll be drinking a lot of bourbon that day. So always drink more bourbon.
I like that. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do it the right way. Instead of just saying peace, see you later, we're going to be like, hey, Greg T, later. We'll see you next week on Route 9 in Freehold, New Jersey at Catena Mercedes-Benz. Peace out.
Greg T Latte.
Greg